Do you really want to serve people? Actually, I don't know. In a sense, no. Simply because when you focusing on like serving people in a sense doesn't really give a purpose. You know, like serve people how? Serve people with what? And in today's society, like it's kind of important to not really care about what people think about what you do. Like if you give yourself your own mission in life, right? And it's your purpose, yours alone, but you make your purpose other people. How can you not care what they think and continue to do your purpose like, if you care so much what they think? You know what I'm saying? And your whole purpose revolves around that. And that's one of the things I didn't get. And like, say people have a problem with selfishness, but I think it's just the way that they kind of interpret selfishness. So you, say in my case, I'm more concerned about exploring ways and methods and ideas and things that help me grow my body the way that I want to grow my body, and fitness is one of those things, but it also delves into health, well-being, things of that nature, foods that you eat, things that you consume, conditions, to the most minute things like what you eat and how it affects your body truly, and what the cells are reacting to in your body. Like it really goes into biology. Like at this point, I'm researching bacteria because I want to know what affects me, good, bad, in the way that goes towards my purpose. Which is to basically get the best out of my body. And and by me selfishly doing that and not making other people my focus, if someone comes along and likes what I'm doing and sees what I'm doing and says, hey, I want to be a part of that, cool. So I don't care what you think or what you got to say about what I'm doing, but since you like what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. And in the sense, you're helping other people by not focusing on them, because you're really self-centered and focused on yourself. So are you really selfish? Am I really selfish for doing that? You know what I'm saying? If I'm willing to tell other people, how is that selfish? But I'm never really concerned about the opinion, because I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this because I want to do it and I want the best for my body. So if you want the best for your body too, then you should definitely ask me what you do to get the best out of your body. You know what I'm saying? So selfishness, I think, is kind of backwards. And I really can't stand when people say, my purpose is to help people. I want to inspire. I want to, do all this jazz, but then they get so caught up in doing things that, that don't really help at all. Like, if you're going to inspire somebody, why would you say the exact same thing the next person said and not use your own thoughts? Yeah, I see this a lot on Instagram. I'll see one quote and then see somebody else post that exact same quote, and somebody else post the exact same quote, and all of y'all are supposed to be inspiring people, but all y'all are doing is saying the exact same thing, which probably been heard over and over and over and over, and you're regurgitating the same shit that the other man's regurgitating, and everybody wants to claim the quote is theirs, but you're quoting. So how are you claiming anything is yours as if it came from your original mind, when it never came from your original thoughts to begin with? How does that make any kind of sense? And it never did to me. So again, I ask myself, like, do you really want to serve people? And it's a no, because I want the best for me. But if I want the best for me, in return, if I want the best for me, if someone wants the best for themselves, but they don't know how to get that, they can ask me, and I'll tell them exactly what I'm doing to get the best for me, so you can figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You know, kind of like what Bruce Lee said. He learned about how to build his body from all sources, from everything, and he applied what worked and he applied what didn't. And that's the thing about giving people advice or trying to say that. Okay, so trying to say that you want to serve people, but you don't know their background, you don't know their lifestyle, you don't know exactly what they've been through, you don't know all these other random variables. So how can you really serve somebody? You know, because advice is only as good as it is applicable to their current situation. You know, so one thing you're saying that you always want to help people by saying this vague subject, but what if someone's not going through that right now? You know what I'm saying? So are you really helping? No, you can't help everybody. You can't serve everybody by giving the exact same bullshit that somebody else gave you. So you can say the exact same thing to somebody else, and they're like, "Oh, well, it worked for him, so I'm gonna say the exact same thing he did." That's like rappers saying the exact same thing that the other rapper said. You know what I'm saying? Can we change the subject? Can we say change the topic? Can you find different, like not even find different ways to say the same thing, but do you have your own brain? Do you control your own thought process? Are you exploring these ideas for yourself? And then from asking these questions, you can well, for me, I can actually kind of tell what kind of people just do things for the money instead of doing it actually for the people. I think the most selfish people that do it for themselves but are willing to teach or that are willing to, share their knowledge are the better option instead of saying for somebody to that say they want to help change the world, but they're saying the exact same thing as everybody else that wants to help change the world. So how are you changing the world if you're being just like the world? That doesn't sound like changing anything. It sounds like being another carbon copy. And it never really makes sense, you know. So be selfish, but be willing to help somebody if they want to know what you're doing, just pass on information. We live in a world where we can find a lot of the information for ourselves if we want to, but if somebody's already mastered it and they're willing to teach you, let them, do their thing.